What's good everybody, it's Koza and I'm finally dropping my competitive Pro-Am Proving Ground builds. I played the 1 through 3, but today I'll be giving you guys my point guard build and a couple different shooting guard builds. Each build has its pros and cons to it, so just a disclaimer, these are my builds made with my playstyle in mind, mixed with a little of how the best guys in the world are making their builds. So you don't have to love everything about these builds to the T, and you can definitely tweak these to amplify your own playstyle. I'll be giving my animations and jump shot for each build, and I even hopped in the random rec for y'all boys at the end of today's video, so y'all can see a full gameplay and how things have been looking. I played a little bit of competitive Pro-Am last year, but not too much, and these builds are very similar playstyle to how I played in 24. Heavy shooting and heavy defense. For the shooting guards at least, it's tough to squeeze out defense on competitive point guard builds, especially when you're just going to be guarding the corner most of the time, but drop a like on today's video, subscribe, use code KOZA for a 2K Labs membership on their website, and let's go ahead and get into it. I will go over my point guard first. First things to note is I did not make a 5'9". 5'9" is the meta point guard height, but I really didn't enjoy my 5'9", and I really liked being 6'2" over 5'9". So minimal finishing, 99 3-point rating is what they're going with at the 1 and the 2. Have decent defense, we can contest shots, and have the 73 steal for silver interceptor. I think a 6'2" at lower perimeter contest shots way better than a 5'9" with high perimeter. And I love high pass act this year. Obviously I couldn't squeeze out 99 pass act, there's no way, but I at least got 92 for dimer and better passing styles. 96 ball handle is going to give us, at 95 it's Steve Francis, 96 it's unpluckable on Hall of Fame, and I usually go 86 speed ball, but on this build I went 91. I figured if I'm the primary ball handler, might as well get lightning launcher, then I can then max +1 that to legend, also max +1 dimer to legend, and the badges are looking something like this. All of legend shooting badges with some legend lightning launch and legend dimer in there. So my dribbling animations are looking something like this, and then my jump shot is looking like this here. I think my jump shot's the same on every build, I'm not gonna lie in today's video, but I'm gonna show it every time. Don't forget you can use code KOZA for 2K Labs premium membership. But point guard, I hate playing point guard. I really like playing shooting guard, so I'm gonna give you guys my 2 shooting guard builds. I'd rather play shooting guard over point guard. There's so much stress at point guard, right? But the first shooting guard build, this is more well-rounded. This has higher pass act than the meta. You're going to see 99 3-point everywhere. You're going to see minimal finishing everywhere. But playmaking, I try to hit 95 ball handle on my shooting guard builds because I need Steve Francis low-key. That amplifies my playstyle, so I do that on my builds. Usually they go 71 pass act. This one I have 82 to make it a little bit more well-rounded. Still have decent defense, 92 perimeter, 91 steal. Have, interior and block. So solid defense on this build. We don't have high agility or really high strength. We had 73 on the point guard as well. We're gonna have 73 strength on this one, which is bronze and movable enforcer, which we can then max +1 for silver. But this isn't as good as defense as the meta. I have way too much ball handle, way too much pass act compared to what the best guys in the world are doing. But again, these are my animations here, not too different from my point guard build. And again, I don't play my point guard build too often, only if my team needs a point guard at that point. And then I don't even use this build as much as I'm using the build that I'm about to show you guys. Now, a lot of you guys aren't going to mess with this build that I'm going to show you because it's really, really meta, and it's also my playstyle heavy. It's super defense heavy, so I love it. I love playing, amazing defense. You see we have 95 prim, 96 steal, with 87 agility now and 85 strength. We're gonna get Hall of Fame a movable enforcer, and we're gonna get gold a movable enforcer with 85, and then we're gonna max +1 it to Hall of Fame. So we have 95 prim, 96 steal. And what we're gonna do, we went 87 agility, which is a little weird, but once we hit vet 2 somewhere down the line, we can +5 87, and then we can then get 92 agility, and 92 agility is going to give us the legend pick dodger, which isn't that good this year, I'm not gonna lie. But each season, I'm expecting to get each season 1 cap break each season. So if we go 4 more seasons, I'll have the perimeter defense 99, and I'll have +5 from veteran 2 to have 92 agility, and at that point this build is going to look correct. So we really made this build trying to future proof this build, so we don't have to keep remaking builds every time we get 1 cap breaker every season. But 99 3, you guys seen that a lot. 95 ball handle is what I go with, but we're gonna end up, as soon as we hit vet 2, we're gonna go 92 agility, and then each season we're gonna keep bumping up our perimeter, and each season just keep stacking on perimeter. But I get the pass act is low, and you guys will not mess with that. I understand that, but usually people go at least 71, but I had to squeeze out everything on this build. I didn't even go 80 layup, I have 79 layup. So I had to squeeze every little thing out of this build to have just OD, shooting, OD ball handle, and OD defense with the agility and strength and everything that I wanted. But I'm usually rocking flash. If I'm not rocking some vice takeover, I'm rocking flash, and that one's really good for offense. But if I'm playing more defense heavy, more off-ball heavy, I will rock more of a defensive takeover. But in all the builds, this is going to be the one that I'm playing. If I load up and I have to play competitively and I have to play shooting guard, this is going to be the build I'm rocking. I know it has low pass act, but the OD defense and the OD shooting, OD playmaking really makes up for it, and it amplifies my play style. Whenever I get the ball at shooting guard, I'm looking to get a bucket, and as shooting guard on the defensive end, I'm looking to get stops. So I loaded into one random rec game, and this has been my first one since after patch. I think this is after patch. Yeah, it is. So after patch is my first random rec game, so I didn't have to go searching too hard to try to find the perfect gameplay. First game I loaded in, got a decent gameplay. Even though random rec gives you headaches, this was still a solid game, as you guys are going to see. But I forget what my matchup was. I think I showed it in like right before the game started. But matchups tries to go after us. He gets a little stun, which stuns are crazy. And that should have been a steal, but we're not going to talk about it. Stuns are crazy. It doesn't matter what perimeter you got. You can be a pure lock with 99 perimeter. I thought that shot was going to be there. I'm not clipping out the misses, bro. I thought the shot was going to be there. But not even 99 perimeter, bro. Maybe my lockdowns in the comments can vouch for it. Anybody with high perimeter, like 92 plus. I mean, 92 is a little, iffy, but even people with 99 perimeter are getting they're getting their ankles broke, they're getting stunned, and they're getting shot over still. Like yellow contest, you at the highest level of dimer, and people are still shooting over you, which is insane, But my guy loses track of me here. I'm not doing anything special here. I'm racking up 12 points in the first quarter, just off ball, catch and shoot. I was getting a little jiggy in a couple possessions prior to that, but we're just trying to get easy buckets, and we're trying to get stops, as you guys can see right there. Just make it hard for our matchup to get a bucket, and on the other end, we're getting buckets pretty easily. So it's always a good formula whenever you have that working in your favor. And I'm not gonna lie, the biggest thing, if not the biggest thing, one of the biggest things is I don't like defensive builds without high strength. I'm talking about at least 85 strength. 85 strength compared to like 71, 73 is a world of a difference, because you're going from bronze or silver and movable enforcer to gold or Hoff. I always rock off because tier 2, it's not that many good options to max +1 a badge. So literally immovable enforcer is such a big badge, and it's in tier 2 for all of these guards, that I always max +1 my immovable enforcer. I'll try to get a gold, and then if I max +1 it to Hoff, that's amazing for a defensive build. Like, it's one thing to have 95 perim, 96 steel, or 99 perim, and all this steel, and if you have no strength, you're not bumping, you're not draining their stamina, so and they can just blow by you. They could blow by you with any strength. I've had high strength and people got blow by animations, which is insane. So there's just randomness you can't guess, and you can only prepare for so much in the game. Sometimes just lets some BS happen. But high strength drains their stamina, getting bumpy and making it difficult for them to get by you, or even just to get into their offensive bag or do what they want to do, just rattles a lot of people. So defensive builds, I always try to have at least an 85 strength this year. And we're coming up on halftime here. I know I haven't been talking about the gameplay too much, but again, we're getting stops, we're getting bumpy, we're getting steals. Coming up on halftime here, and you can see just me compared to my matchup. My matchup has not scored a bucket yet. And actually, I think he leaves before he scores a bucket. I'm not gonna lie, he does leave before he scores a bucket. I'm going 5 for 7, so it's not perfect, but it's hard. It's not 2K24 no more. You're not gonna be perfect all the time. If you're perfect, great. But I'm cool with missing a couple shots here and there, especially with that mid-range. But they're not playing no games with me no more. They're just flat out, doubling, pinching. But if I get a whole court to myself, or a whole side of the court to myself, if I get all that space on an island, I can definitely get jiggy and score a bucket real quick, especially on a build like this, as you guys seen there. Even off ball, a lot of people don't like the lower speed, 81 speed. I'm fine with 81 speed because I'm so used to it. I can still get open off ball. I can still, dex with my movement. And again, like I did say, he left before he got a bucket. I'm 8 for 10, 6 for 7 from 3. So the matchup difference, that's how you're gonna win games. If you guys can out compete your matchup, hopefully you guys can and I crabbed this dude right here. By the way, the AI was guarding me, but this dude switched on to me the rest of the game. I didn't see the ball that much of the third quarter at all, but I did crab him. He jumped twice. I missed a shot, so another miss. I'm not clipping out, my misses all like that this game. I didn't see the ball much at the end of the third, and the start of the fourth, I didn't see the ball too much. You see, I'm still shooting, 70-some%. I'm trying to get open off ball. This dude, he's taller. I don't know if it's a small forward, power forward, or what, but he's definitely way bigger than my older matchup, so he's getting better contest here. But again, I'm doing quick crabs. I'm getting to my bag, quick crabs. He's jumping. That's not an and one, but I get 3 free throws, so it's like Amazing possessions right here. And the thing with that I've noticed so much when people switch, because people switch on me, I've had games where all like the 1 through 4 switched on me all within the same game. They all play defense differently, and as soon as you get somebody else switched on to you, you really have to lock back in and pay attention to how they play defense. By the way, my center's trolling. We're up to 2 minutes left, and he's throwing that up. FYI. But you really have to pay attention to how they're playing defense. You're going to see me counter. I don't get the ball too much in the fourth, too much in overtime, but you really have to pay attention to even the same defender if he switches up how he's playing defense. By the way, look at the center's pass act right here. You really have to pay attention to the defender, how he's playing defense. It could be the same defender, it could be them switching. You really have to pay attention because it's not as easy to get open as it was in 24. 24 was, everything was on easy mode. Now it's like you really have to pay attention to what the defender's doing. The defender got crabbed twice, so he's not trying to get crabbed no more. So he's playing up, and I'm getting to the free throw line. I'm getting to the mid-range. Since he's playing so high up, if I can burst by him, you know, without getting bumped, if I can burst by him and just shoot the midi pull-up because the center's sitting in the paint. So I have to shoot that quick mid-range shot. And from that point, if I can beat my defender, if I can beat the hash defender pinching, I just got to pay attention to where everybody's at in the court. If the center steps up, then make the extra pass. By the way, we fell apart at the end of the fourth quarter. It sucks whenever you play most of 4 quarters really good, and then you get into the fourth quarter and people just get to throw in possessions. Except for right here, I tried to set my feet and shoot over the point guard. I did not set your feet. It's incredibly hard to set your feet this year, but cut me a break in the comments, bro. We got the ball back and dotted the open man, but back to a tied game. But it sucks. It happens so much whenever they're calling timeouts on the center. It's hilarious. I didn't call that, but it sucks when you play 4 quarters really well and then you just have a bad run in the end of the fourth quarter. I see it happen so often, but it's a game of runs, and sometimes you just have a bad run in the fourth. They have a good run in the fourth after you beat them for 4 quarters, and it just doesn't work out, and you end up losing games like that. Here we go with the center again. He's just like all game, bro. He's throwing that up. This same possession, he's in game chat screaming to play defense. Right here, bro. He's screaming to play defense. And it's in, bro, you got to see the center stats. I don't know what he shot, but it was real bad. It was real bad, bro. But end of the fourth quarter, they get wide open on this. They get wide. I'm guarding corner, but somehow I'm the closest guy to closing out on that. And we end up, it's 4 seconds. Who do they force the ball to? It's got to be me, bro. I'm all the way in the corner. I tried throwing a fade, which is a really good shot. If I'm a demon, I make that, you know, but I'm not. Overtime, they were not playing no games with your boy, bro. I think I got 1 3-point up and I missed it, and I had some free throws after they fouled me, but it was literally nothing to see, bro. But at the end of the game, this is what it's looking like. The AI, my matchup AI scored a little bit. You guys seen, he didn't have any buckets before he left, and I still got some buckets after they switched on to me, just trying to, you know, read the counters. But overtime, they were really flat out doubling me, and it was just up to my teammates to win the game, bro. They completely iced me out the game. So we came out with the dub. Build's a W. If you guys want to see competitive gameplay on this build, let me know down in the comments. If you guys want more tutorials, more jump shots, more animations, just let me know. Drop a like, subscribe. Almost at 100K. Love y'all, boys. Catch you on the next one.